Hi, I'm Andres from Gamedev Estonia, and this is a very interesting, unique video I'm trying. Um, it's a bit about I would say, mostly plans for this year, at least for the beginning of this year, and what is happening around me and around Gamedev Estonia, and I would say around the whole Estonian game dev community. What are the plans? What's cooking? And what is even going on? Because we're growing. There are more and more people around. There are more and more events happening all around. And I was planning to do this kind of video a long time ago. There are not so many people who are really interested in what Game Dev Estonia is doing. But still, sometimes I do get questions about, what are like the plans, where are we going, and what is even, happening on the background constantly. Because physically, I don't have enough time to share all the things happening, or sometimes I share them too late, or sometimes I even forget that something happened. There is so much stuff happening constantly every day. There, lately for me, at least 2 or 3 meetings or calls every day connected specifically with Gamedev Estonia, and at the same time, I'm right now working and helping at minor university. So there is work connected with students and curriculum. Then there are several studios right now where I try to help with marketing and just trying to help developers all around. So a lot of different tasks, some of them bigger, some of them smaller, some of them I just literally forget, and then people write me and I feel very bad because I forgot about them. So this video is mostly for those people who are interested to hear a bit more about what I'm doing. And it will sound a bit weird and a bit, unprepared because I don't have any script. I'm just telling things how they are, what is happening right now. Write me later under this video if it was a good idea or a bad idea to do this kind of video. And yeah, just your comments. Constructive feedback is useful too. It's not like I'm asking to just destroy me, but at least maybe some ideas of where should I move my energy more. Those kind of comments would definitely help. Because in reality, I'm just doing everything what is possible. How it's happening? Someone is writing me or coming to me with their idea, and they just tell me, we have this kind of idea, and we have this kind of budget, or we don't even have budget. What do you think about it? And usually I'm trying my best to help or to make this idea. And maybe sometimes that's not a good idea to even try to do those things. Because there is a limit of hours in the day and days in the week, and maybe by pursuing some of the events or some of the projects, maybe I'm losing time, valuable time that could be put on something much more important. And I do understand that. But when there are literally around 10 different projects going at the same time, I just don't physically have time sometimes just to even think about what I'm doing. I'm just doing the thing. It's hard to explain, but I'm just doing the thing. And then after it's done, sometimes I am like thinking, was it a good thing I've done, or is the outcome good enough? So that was a very long intro, but let's go to the plans. First of all, we have this interesting plan with Tallinn Business Incubator, specifically with Nele. Nele, we made some work together with her last year. It was quite nice. We had this kind of seminar, how to make your first game. I remember it was with Ott and it was with Jordan. And it was just one-time event. It was quite nice. Around 50 people came, and just this short kind of event of how to even start doing the game. Just basic info. And Nella got interested in the topic of game dev, and she proposed for this year maybe to try something more, to go further. And first thing that we've done together is Global Game Jam this year that happened in National Library. This event just kind of came together somehow magically. I had no plan to do a Global Game Jam in Tallinn this year. I just even didn't think about this event. But somehow it happened that National Library was interested to do this event. It was proposed originally, if I remember correctly, by Camille Laurelli. He is responsible for Level Up Video Game Museum right now in the National Library. So he came up with the idea, he told it to me and to Library, and Library was interested to do this kind of event together. So National Library. And then at the same time, Oak Warrior at Discord, he was cooperating with Business Incubator, Tallinn Business Incubator, and he was interested to do this Global Game Jam on the topic of Estonian folklore. And then, because I'm here and I'm there, I kind of connected those two ideas. So Business Incubator, Ott, National Library, me, Video Game Museum, all kind of came together into one project. And at some point close to the event, we kind of removed the part of Estonian folklore. I will tell you that the main reason was just because it was too hard to manage that question, because the event was already very complicated. We were very limited with budget. Business Incubator managed to get a bit of money for us to kind of at least cover part of the expenses. And altogether, it was really complicated project because National Library is not very suitable for a game jam. Usually people don't stay there for a night. Usually there are no projects in this temporary building of National Library. It's not a big building, it's a small one. There is nothing, like there is no kitchen. There's not enough space physically with tables. So everything had to be built. Thanks to the help of people at Discord, I found at least speakers. I bought a mixer, the cheapest one I could find. Then found some old microphones. We took CV from our hub, then the second CV, thanks to Mikhail, we got from Tallinn University. It was all built from what we could. My wife found a place where you could rent those big machines to put coffee in and to have this hot coffee during the day. So we went there with the car and just found them, but one of them was broken. We put it into electricity, and half of National Library lost electricity because of this faulty machine. It was an adventure. And even with all of those complications, the event went quite well. I hope there were at least 100 something people. It's hard to tell specifically because at the website it's like 120 or something, but in reality you never know how many people were there because it's impossible. Like when there are around 100 people running around, I was not counting them like specifically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not the point of the event. So we got presents, we got additional sponsors. I was very happy that Monster Drinks was open to work with us. And then I was very happy that Marit came. She was responsible for Global Game Jam in Pärnu for the last 3 years. 3 years, yes. So with the help of friends and a lot of donations, there were several people from community that donated 150 euro, 250 euro, 500 euro to make this event work. Because National Library, in the end, they requested at least 800 something euro, I think, because they had to hire additional guard, they had to hire additional cleaning service. Then we had a small salary that we still need to pay to the lecturers. And lecturers were important at this event because that was one of the main reasons how we could get funding from the business incubator. So in this kind of event, it looks quite simple in front, It's like it's a game jam, people come, they make games, there are some presents, some food, if possible. But at the background, there's so many processes that usually are just hidden. And for some game jams, things are much easier. I'm not saying that in Pärnu it was easy, it was a complicated project, but at least the venue was suitable from the beginning. It was a big hall, everyone was in the same place, equipment was there. Those things help. And yeah, it was an experience. So that was a long intro to the another topic. So with Business Incubator and Nele, things are going quite well. So she proposed to make this kind of incubation program, or as she called it, like pre-incubation program for Estonian video game developers or people who want to become a developer. This kind of program of several events that will help people to get into this topic. And of course, I wrote a project, and it was approved. And after it was approved, not so long ago, like a week ago, we sat together, not in a physical place, but at the Zoom call, with Jordan, Ott, Nele, and me. And we started planning this kind of series of trainings, at least 5 of them, so 5 trainings, that will start at the end of March, maybe March or beginning of April, where people will be able to attend freely. It will be in Kultuurikatal. I forgot how it's in English, sorry. So it will be in Kultuurikatal, those kind of open events where people will learn different topics about game dev. So my original plan was 1, but after talking with Jordan and Ott, and they have much more experience in game dev specifically than me, the plan looks like this right now. So the first training will be about game design, choosing the genre, just understanding differences of different genres and how to work with them. Then at that same training, market analysis and market fit validation. So that means what's the size of the market of this specific genre that you're doing? Like for you to understand from the beginning what's your audience and what's the size of your audience. It's of course subjective, but at least to understand how your idea is connected with what is um, requested by the market at the moment. Of course, you can do any kind of game and it's totally up to you, but it's really nice to understand, do you even have a possibility to earn with your game and your project? So that's first training. Then second training, picking toolkit and art style. So what do your project, you have idea maybe, do you use Unity? Do you use Godot? Or you even go to Unreal Engine? Or maybe it's just something very easy, maybe, I don't know, Construct. What tools do you need? And of course, art style is like, are you going this route of pixel style, or you try something different? Then exact steps, how to get started, short tutorial, how to start your project, to-do list, how to plan your work. So those trainings are like really going from the basics for people who maybe never even thought about doing their game. Third training, funding, business, and legal questions. Training 4, marketing and pricing. And training 5 is, releasing the game and, how to release the game, when to release the game. Do you go to Steam Next Fest? Even releasing on Steam, what's the price, how to do, basics. So that plan right now is not final. It's an idea. And what is good is that there is additional funding in this project to have this kind of calls after each training where trainers can give feedback. So if Jordan, me, or someone else is giving a lecture and talking, and we do some kind of work together, some kind of workshop. After that, in a few days or maybe in a week time, we can have a call and check what participants of the training did. So did they do any kind of work, and just give some kind of feedback. So it's not only like lecture, having coffee and going home. It's more like continuous process of working together. So that's the project with Business Incubator. Of course, there is still this plan of trying to incorporate Estonian folklore, and that's a very interesting topic. I do really believe that we should work more with Estonian culture as a whole, because first of all, it's a very positive thing for the Ministry of Culture, for cooperation between different industries in Estonia. Even on the basics of getting some kind of funding, I think that Estonian folklore can really help with that. If the project is interesting, if it's connected with Estonia in some cultural way, it's always a plus. So that's one topic. Then at the same time, there is a project that is happening with Music Estonia. They have their own project. It's not connected with us in any way right now. But as I understood, the project that Music Estonia has is connected with trying to expand market for Music Estonia, expand possibilities. It's called Tech Track, as I see. from idea to prototype workshop series for music tech. So it's music tech. And of course, if it's music tech, then one of those topics is, of course, game dev. And that's how I was connected by Tier Music, by Music Estonia, because they do have game dev in the series of events. So right now it's very early, but we do have plans to do some kind of seminar together, some kind of event together. And as I understand right now, it's somewhere in April. In any case, if you're interested, you can always ask me more about it. And you can always participate. As I understand, there will be like series of different events. Yes, I see there was one event not so long ago, or there will be event. Oh wow, there will be event right now. And this point when I'm filming the video, there will be event. But for you, it was already, I think. Oh my god, what I'm telling. Yeah. So, the next event I see is AI in music, transforming creativity, business, and ethics in changing ecosystem. Martin Clancy. So, series of events, and definitely at least one of them will be connected with game dev. So, if you're doing music in game dev, there is something happening. Let's just do and do something. Definitely, it will be somewhere in. It will be somewhere in Telliskivi, I think. Yeah. So that's about Music Estonia. Of course, we will work more on that front. Then I had several talks with Film Institute of Estonia. And we have this kind of idea. It's not we, it's me, but they agree to maybe use our community to make some kind of small promotional games for upcoming Estonian films. There is one film already right now in cinemas about aliens. But I think we are a bit too late to work with that film. Yeah, it's already in cinemas, and we had a call about this movie, but then the project should be done right now in several weeks, and I just physically understand I just cannot take that additional project on my shoulders right now, and I have no one to help me with this idea. So let's wait for the next movie, maybe. Let's see. In any case, the idea is that we can try to do some kind of promotional small experiences or games for Estonian movies, and we will not get money for that. But they will agree to give us rights to use those characters and movies for free. So it's like free, everyone is free. Happy volunteering world. But it's not only about, volunteering and just helping each other. It's about trying to get more into this movie industry in Estonia, to try to get more connections between our industries. And that's one of the reasons why I started helping with the Ida Hub project in Ida-Virumaa. They're building movie industry there. And I'm going there sometimes as a mentor or helping or doing something there. We had a game jam there last May. It's just to be in the loop, to kind of communicate, to know what's happening there, what's happening here. So, as you see, this spring, March, April, May, we already have a series of events planned with Business Incubator. We have plans to have at least one seminar with Music Estonia. And at least their first steps going into direction of the film industry. It's still very far, but still. And we are going to America, to USA, to GDC. We've been there last year with the trade mission. It was a first experience. It was okay. Definitely could be better. This year, with at least basic experience of the last year, we are better prepared. We at least understand where we're going, how things are working. We understand now that if we want to do any kind of business, we need to buy meet to match system. So we already bought it for everyone going to USA. So there is trade mission, but then there are other studios from Estonia or working with Estonia going by themselves, and we cooperate with those studios too. It's important for us to bring everyone together because GDC is giant. It's a very important event, and we as Estonia are nobody there. Like we are no one, and no one cares about us there. We are such a small market for Americans that I don't even think most of them even know that Estonia exists, really. They know about Finland, 3 billion in revenue, or Sweden, but definitely no one is thinking about Estonia. And I saw that very well last year. So this year, I'm very happy that, I don't know how, but Kadi Haljand managed to get us bigger funding. And we have our own booth. It's a small one. It's a basic one because it's very expensive. It's like much more expensive than you think. And we will have, if everything goes well with us, we will have a Minister of Culture going. That's a big jump, I will tell you. I don't even know how to manage that question because I never worked or helped to plan meetings for a minister. I just hope I won't be too stupid and won't tell too many stupid jokes. I hope. I definitely will. So, the plan is that we have our own event. It's not our own event, it's a Nordic breakfast. It's not our event, but this year we will fund this event. It's a coincidence. So they had Nordic breakfast for many years. It was organized, as I understand, by Finland. And this year they don't have funding, and somehow we do have funding. Because Kadi somehow found money, somehow. And we will cover the expenses. And that means in Nordic breakfast, we can propose our own speakers. We can do things how we want to do them. So we will try our best to promote our studios, to promote us, to promote Estonia. Same with the booth. It will be mostly about promoting Estonia as whole as a country, because we should first establish ourselves as a player on the chessboard. It's a long process. If we will be at GDC with the booth, it doesn't mean that we will get millions of euros, that we will get many projects, that cooperation will start drastically. No, it's just the beginning of the way. So we will be there and we will just showcase that we have energy, money, and will to do business. If at least several deals will come out of this adventure, I will be so happy. I will even sleep for a few days. So I'm not waiting that after this adventure to America, things will get crazy in Estonia and we will all become millionaires. No, but I hope that quite a lot of people at GDC in the industry will see that we are serious, that we have support, that we have selection of companies to work with. This year, there were 10 studios selected, and additional studios are coming. They will be in the booth, and so altogether it will be around 13 or 14 studios, companies at GDC from Estonia. And that is crazy because, like, I wouldn't imagine that a few years ago, that we will have such a big selection. Video Game Insights, now it's an Estonian company, you know. They sell statistics. and they're really good at it. We have Invocation games. They will be with us. It's matchmaking technology. It's maths. It's specifically about matchmaking. Then we have several studios that are outsourcing studios. CG, trailers, 3D, everything. And then we have indie developers and audio. We have one studio specifically about very high quality audio for animations, movies, games, anything. So we have a selection of companies coming. It's not just indie developers with indie games, and it's very important. That means that for everyone coming to the booth, there will be something to propose, to sell. And I really hope it will help us, because we do need help in Estonia. I think you know that better than me. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. We will go there. We already got meet to match system, already started planning meetings. We have a booth. We have a Minister of Culture with us. We have an event. We will help to fund Nordic party. So we have tickets there. We will try to do our best. And what is good is that after America, there are already plans to go to Gamescom and to have a booth there. And Gamescom, of course, is Germany is nearby, so it will be possible to maybe get more people there, more studios there, at least 10. But let's talk about Gamescom later, because Gamescom is another beast. It's a B2B and B2C event. The market is different. The goals are different. And GDC and Gamescom, they're both very valuable, but they're quite different events. Even how the deals are going there, how people meet, it's very different. So it's hard to even tell which event is more valuable for us right now. For us right now, everything is valuable, any kind of event. GIC in Poland or DevGam in Lisbon, any kind of event is important for us right now. To try to be at least in the field of view of the other players. And after those stories about adventures, I'm coming to the main topic of the video, I would say. So there will be a very serious project in Estonia this year. It's prepared by Kadi Haljand, and I see Riin Oosalu here. I will be responsible for managing this project. So it will be on my shoulders to make this project work. Kadi wrote it, and I checked it. I gave my feedback, and the idea of this project is that we have creative industries in Estonia. There are many aspects of those creative industries. There are books, design, there are theater, movies, architecture, meelelahutus, it's, I don't know, experiences, yes, different experiences, I don't know, kids' rooms, VR rooms, just experiences, concerts, music. So there are many aspects of creative industries in Estonia. And most of those industries don't know about game dev in Estonia. They don't know about game dev as a whole, as even as an industry. Maybe they know about it, but they never even thought about working with someone from game dev or even going this route. But what if we will promote game dev to all those industries? What if we go there and explain to them that, okay, video games and digital experiences are those things, they're not that hard to do. We have people in country to do those experiences, and we can cooperate and we can do something. We can try out new ideas. You can try to work in that field. Maybe we have such great specialists in movie industry that can give something valuable to the game dev as whole in the world. Maybe our specialists in movie industry can work on games from AAA studios. Who knows? We don't know because we never tried. So the idea is to cooperate with other industries to kind of get them invested in game dev at least a bit, And there are many slides here and information about the game dev that, yes, in Europe it's at least 25 billion. And yeah, of course, we have neighbors who make a lot of money, but for me, it's not about that even. It's not about the size and money. It's about the fact that game dev and video game creation is not considered as on the same level as music or film or art in the country. It's like video games are, I don't know, kids playing in the basement, if we compare it to other industries in Estonia, but in creative sector mostly. And or even worse, video games are considered together with casino games, like some kind of iGaming, and like it's the same thing. And it will not change until we change that. Again, like there is no one who will do that for us. So what if we will try to work with brand agencies, with animation, with film, with artists, with audio specialists, maybe even cybersecurity in Estonia, and try to do something together, try to cooperate, try to expand our sector. What will happen? Maybe there will be this kind of a new wave of businesses in Estonia. So the beginning will be opening is planned in April. Again, April, it's like April will be the month, as I understand. So opening seminar, then there will be specialized events. Seminars, there will be workshops, working with people from film industry, from animation, everyone to get involved in this topic of video games, to understand what are video games, what is video game creation, how it works, what is it. And then in October or November, there will be another game jam. And at that game jam, at least several ideas, maybe, I don't know, 10, maybe less, ideas will be selected to really work on those ideas, to maybe create new companies, to maybe take old companies and implement those ideas to those companies, to create new prototypes, I would say. New prototypes of maybe video games, maybe, I don't know, museum experiences, anything. Just something interesting, something new, mobile experience, I don't know, PC, something cool. And because it will take almost a year to get there, I hope there will be cool ideas at that point, otherwise it will be sad. And then there will be mentoring in November 2025 until May 2026. So that's a long time. It's like a mentoring program, serious mentoring program. And after that, there will be, as I understand, yeah, from six to eight, nine projects. Let's see, I don't know, if we will have six, that would be great. Projects that will finish mentoring program, and in May 2026 will be the showcase of final prototypes. So that will be more than a year away from today. And those teams then, I believe, I think, in the next steps, we'll go to Gamescom, we'll go to maybe GDC will be before that, but they will go to different events, and those prototypes will be pitched to different investors with the help of ACE, of Invest Estonia, of everyone. So with the help of our government, those prototypes will go and search for investments. And if everything will go well, then in 2026 we will have new projects with investments growing in Estonia. Will it happen? Who knows? Maybe. Depends on us. But at least it's a possibility. So that means we have several different projects right now that will happen in Estonia connected specifically with video games. It will be with this project that Kadi wrote and I will be overlooking. It will be with Business Incubator, and that one will be a bit more open for everyone. There will be trade missions with quite serious funding and help. So there is a lot of work right now happening to make game dev scene in Estonia bigger and stronger. But in any case, I want to tell you that that doesn't mean that there will be a million companies growing next year. I just really hope that it will help us to kind of get to the next level. Because right now we do have some success stories. We have, of course, Mike Klubnika with Buckshot Roulette. We have Jordan Morris with 2 games already that are quite successful. We have Indie Studios, Placeholder, Gameworks, and CM Games is pretty successful with the second Into the Radius. But with those giant success stories like Mike Klubnika, that's one person. It's one guy who made a cool game that became very popular, but it's not a showcase of a successful industry in the country. It's one person who managed to get out of this circle of doom, as I call it, and managed to be successful and created a successful game and found a publisher that is not in Estonia. And that publisher, that is not Estonian publisher, helped him to grow even bigger. And it's not a positive story to the industry in Estonia as whole. It would be a success story. It would be much better if we would have several middle scale or big scale studios in Estonia that are Estonian studios that have 20, 30, 40 people working, and those studios create almost successful or successful games, at least the games that pay salaries. That would be for the industry in Estonia much more important than a story of several solo developers that are successful. I don't want to tell that it's bad that those developers are successful or something like that. I just want to explain that those solo developers became successful because they're really good at it, they found a way, they worked very well, and they themselves became successful. But we need a full studios, a groups of people, like a chunk of our industry to be successful, to make successful games one after another, to showcase the healthy industry in the country, that we have studios constantly pumping out okay games. I'm not telling multi-million sellers, just okay games that pay the bills. If we can do that, if we have at least, I don't know, 10 studios that are going well, everything's fine, it's like stable, then that's a sign of a successful industry in the country. No, not one person doing game himself becoming successful and then donating money to Gamedev Estonia to sustain the industry. Because right now it's a situation where several successful people are investing more into Gamedev Estonia than all studios in Estonia combined. And it's not a sign of successful industry right now. I am bragging too much. It's just hard to explain what I'm trying to explain. I hope you understand what I'm saying. We need sustainable, middle-sized, big-sized studios that are working continuously with people having full salary and salary paid in Estonia, taxes paid to Estonian government. Then Estonian government has incentive to invest into game dev in Estonia. But that's another topic that I constantly think about. Yeah, I think it's a good point to maybe get into that topic. That's definitely just my thought, but we have this situation that let's just go, from the basics that I always hear. We don't have enough specialists, people that are specialists. Yay! We don't have, those enough of those professionals. Why? Because the quality of education is not good enough. Yes, I think in Estonia quality of game dev education is quite high, really. But let's just those are arguments I hear. Yes, why the education is not good enough or selection is not big enough? Well, because there not enough demand, I would say, not enough, studios, companies hiring, something like that. Yeah. So it looks stupid, I know, but why there are not enough studios? Well, because there are not enough, projects happening. Even just basically not enough projects, successful projects, any kind of projects, just not enough of those. Why not enough of those projects happening? Well, because there are not enough professionals in the industry. So it's a bit more complicated than that, but on every stage, something is wrong. Yeah? So not enough people studying, game dev, yes? Not enough studying game dev. Why? Because not enough opportunities. Not enough opportunities. Why? Because there are not enough projects. Why not enough projects? Well, not enough people in the industry. It's like, no matter where you go, it's always some kind of reason. How to fix that reason? Well, you have to fix one of those things. But to fix one of those things, you need another thing. To get more projects, you need more people in the industry. But Okay, without that, you cannot do more projects, and the quality of projects is low. But how to get more people in industry? Not enough students, and the quality of the education is low. But how to get it higher? Well, we need more people in the industry. So for the last 4 years, I'm kind of working with this kind of desperate circle of everything's wrong or bad. And no matter where I go, it's always this kind of negative thinking. And for the time being, for me doing this Gamedev Estonia, I was trying constantly to do really good events, at least to, I don't know, improve at least something. So game jams are really good. I'm very happy that in Estonia we have right now Taltech Game Camp. It's really big help for me, and others and everyone. I'm very happy that there are really good game jams in Tartu. Those are and were saving Estonia and Estonian game dev for many years. And I really think that without those game jams in Tartu University, things would be much worse in Estonia. But still, those solo events, they don't fix this. It's like it's going constantly like that, you know? Year after year, it's the same story. Yeah, after some game jams, there might be one or two success stories, but those one or two success stories are not enough to move this wheel. Um, One successful studio is not enough to change the industry. And even those success stories that happen in Estonia, like for several years, GameCan was investing into Gamedev Estonia a crazy amount of money for me and for our whole team to make a lot of free events that were aimed to help the industry. They invested a lot until they lost their investor. And now they're struggling. But all their investment was not enough for this thing to break, you know? My phone died. I'm talking too much. So, the money of the game camp was not enough to break the circle. And they were not the only ones. Before that, quite a lot of money and energy came from CM games. They, for many years, were spending quite a lot of money and bringing a lot of effort to grow the industry in Estonia. Quite a lot of us forget about that, and we should definitely remember those who spend their time and money on growing the industry itself. So, uh, what happened with all the work that's been done has been done a few years ago by Gamedev Estonia, thanks to the funding of GameCan, Placeholder Gameworks, and Ringtail Studios, because those were three studios that invested heavily into Gamedev Estonia. And without those studios, nothing would happen. They've built this kind of, let's say, rocket ship. Okay, that's very stupid. I feel like I'm doing some kind of TED talk right now. In any case, what happened is that, yes, it's still going in circles, but every year we're getting further from the center. The center, okay, this is Earth, this is Moon. I'm not talking about any kind of Dogecoin right now, okay? My moon looks really bad. In any case, okay, let's add more. So we are trying to break this, yes, and kind of go further to grow the industry. Thanks to the work that we've all done and all the events and everything that happened, um, we've been noticed by different industries and different people. Around 2 years ago, advisor of Ministry of Culture came to me to talk and learn about game dev, and he came to Ott and several other people. Then, it was 2 years ago. A year ago, we finally went all together as the industry to the Ministry of Culture, and we had a meeting in January, February, and then after that, they finally started thinking that maybe they should somehow help us. And this year, I already know it will be quite soon, there will be another meeting where we will already go and advise Ministry of Culture of what we think we need from them to help us, so they can make a plan and spread it around to government entities and to other ministries of how we should help to game dev in Estonia. So it's a long process. It's like a year after year after year. But every year we're finally starting to get further, like getting to the goal. It may take years. So the things that Ministry of Culture will implement, it will start working in the best case in 2026. If it starts in 2026, that means that the effect we will maybe see, like if it helps, if we grow, it will be in 2027 or even 2028. So it's not fast, but it's going somewhere. So I hope I will at least survive to see that. And that's what we're doing with the projects right now, with Ace, with Kadi, with everyone around, is doing those projects and programs that will not give right now giant growth. It's not physically possible with the amount of people and companies and projects in Estonia right now. There is no point of pumping up industry with money from government. I just don't see the value of right now giving us a lot of money. We will just spend that money because we don't have enough experience, projects. We will just lose that money. We should first grow enough and understand the market well enough. Grow teams that understand the market and how to operate a business. And from that point, we can definitely have those success stories that we desperately need. Sustainable studios in different fields. It can be a Roblox studio. It can be UFN, I don't know, it can be anything. It's just sustainable businesses, a backbone of the country. And then we can talk about bringing back IGDA Estonia, doing events under IGDA Estonia. Then Gamedev Estonia will be specifically legislation, cooperation with other industries. We can have another trade association. We can do so many things, but we have to grow step after step after step. And it's painful, it's long, it's hard. The work sometimes is just not visible. And it's like that, yes. So, yeah, thank you for attending my TED Talk. And if you have any questions or thoughts, you can always comment. I told a lot, but I really wanted to do this video for a long time because it's needed. Maybe 20 people will watch this, but at least those 20 people will understand what is happening and what we are doing. Me, people around me, studios around me that are helping me, because quite a lot of people are involved and quite a lot of studios are involved and helping me with pushing this ship somewhere. I hope it's not Titanic. Well, even if it's Titanic, at least it will be legendary. Failure. Well, for today, that's all. Thank you. Goodbye.